Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the O'Brien Rink in Woburn. Paul McNamara here, along with Matt O'Brien, for whom the rink is named, of course, and Art Egerton here. We're going to be here for 4 big games right from this rink, and starting off is a Division II North game. There'll be 2 of those this afternoon, the quarterfinals. To our left being introduced now, the home team, the Marblehead Headers, the 4 seed, and Masconomet will skate from right to left in periods 1 and 3, clad in the red. Great uniforms from Masco Obi, and great crowd, great atmosphere. We're in the thick of the state tournament.
Well, we're here at O'Brien Rink. No relation, although I'm sure O'Brien was a phenomenal gentleman. But we are North Shore, just like you said. Masconomet versus Marblehead. And we have our own Phil Stacy, a writer for the Salem Evening News, joining us. He'll be joining us between periods.
Excellent.
And we'll take a quick break for the national anthem.
Well, Matt, nothing like a rousing rendition of our national anthem to get things going, and that almost reminds us of the United Center in Chicago, or the old Chicago Stadium.
Oh,
that
of course,
one.
with the old organ playing above the ice. Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I think we need some hockey tape here to get these lineups up, but there's Masco right there, and Marblehead's below them, so.
I also want to give a shout out to the head coach of Masconomet and Masco's finest, Andrew Jackson, who I played with in men's league over the summer. And Jackson, I can tell you, as a defenseman, well, he's still got it. And
he's done a great job of the program.
He's done a heck of a job.
You know, he's got them in shape now, and this is a great matchup here. And Marblehead, I have seen Marblehead this year, not seen Masco. We'll be a little slow getting started here with the numbers, but the guy to watch for Marblehead is number 12, Tim Kalinowski, the junior. He makes things happen, and Big Haley, number 28, I believe. So we'll keep an eye on them. But right now, Masco brings it out to center, and it's picked up there by 23, Haley, rather. Masco brings it back. We've got 12 periods of hockey today, so Matt O'Brien and yours truly, Paul McNamara, will be switching off as things go and as long as we can go.
Let's hope we don't fall asleep by the last game. I don't think we will.
two D1 games and two D2 games this afternoon and a couple of Division I games tonight. We'll set the lineup for you as we get moving forward here. This is Giacchino for Masco sending into the zone. Here's a chance. A shot goes wide off the stick of Garrett Lafada. And it caroms all the way up to center ice where Marblehead's on the go. Here's 28, Owen Picarello. They jam in front, and a save there made by Greg Knowles.
Yeah, that time number 28 for Masconomet, Owen Picarello.
For Marblehead, yeah.
For Marblehead.
He can really go.
Had built up some speed there, but crashing into the net. But look, the atmosphere is here, Paul. It's tournament hockey. You have the Headers crowd over there wearing the white T-shirts. I mean, just a great atmosphere here at O'Brien Rink.
We'd expect nothing less in this state tournament game. We'll set the lines for you again as they get going. Brandon Lafada now throws it back into his own end, and it's redirected in by Anthony Mancini for Masco behind the Marblehead net. Cam McDonald tries to start it up. That was, I think it was P.J. Roy. Again, just getting acclimated to the numbers. By the second period, we'll sound like we know what we're doing.
We'll know all the kids, where they're from, their families, even their dogs.
Great to have you with us here on the last day of February, and everybody's happy to see this month go into the books, I'm sure. A terrible month here, but a great time for hockey. Off the draw, shot blocked by the shot from Anzalone blocked, and Marblehead tries to lug it out. Andrew McGurran is knocked off the puck, and here's Roy, P.J. Roy, high off the glass into center ice, knocked in deep by Nick Pease for Masco, and Roy goes back and gets it, bounces it off the backboards to Brian Cohn. Cohn will start the right wing breakout here for Marblehead. They can't get anything going. Good forecheck there by 23 Garrett Stevens for Masco, and a good hit over there as number 11 Bennett for Masco went to throw a check, and he ended up on his backside there.
Andrew McGurran with a nice check to get this crowd going here.
Gianesco now tries to start the offense up for for Marblehead. They'll dump and change, and Masco will bring it out with some skating room. Just underway, first period of play. Sprawling at center ice, and puck turns over to Haley. Haley over the line. He's got Kalinowski with him. Can't get it to Kalinowski, and now a long shot in by 22. That's Christian Henniger. They'll have to clear the zone. It was stopped back there by Knowles, the goaltender, and now Marblehead with it in the offensive zone. This is the line they expect to get production out of. McDonald and Haley and Kalinowski. High-scoring trio for the Headers. McDonald with 15 points, Kalinowski with 21, and Haley with 26. By far the leading scorers for Marblehead.
And maybe on the North Shore, especially Braden Haley coming into this game, and 17 goals. I mean, 17 goals. They only played 20 games. He's just shy of 3 games scoring a goal a game. So
just about 3 minutes played here. No real big scoring threats as Marblehead throws it towards the net off the faceoff, covered up by Knowles there, and we'll do it again to his left in the Masco end. Picarello will take the draw for Marblehead against Brandon Lafada for Masco. Lafada, the sophomore forward out of Topsfield. Puck is driven around the back of the net, picked up by Giacchino. Giacchino up the right wing. It's intercepted by Marblehead. They get not a scoring chance off as overskating it was Jim McCarthy. McCarthy couldn't find the handle there. And now Picarello will do the forechecking duties, and Masco really with some room to get out. Long pass up, it's a breakaway. The home run pass. Roy trying to bother the Masco player Mancini, and he got just enough body on him to avoid a clear breakaway. He did get a shot off, but a save made there by Scribner. His first stop of the day. Puck bounces loose to center ice, picked up by Colin Daly. Daly 1-on-3, gets a good wrister off, and a good save there by Knowles. Rebound picked up by Giacchino for Masco.
Back and forth hockey right now.
Yeah, it's opened up very quickly here. Mancini turns and fires it in deep, and back to get it is Ridge Driscoll for for Marblehead. Sorry, I'm getting my M's mixed up here early in the day. Good forecheck there by Garrett Lafada for Masco, but Marblehead able to break it out. McDonald gets it out of the zone, but they can't control it at center ice, and finally they knock it into the Masco end of the ice where Nick Pease will collect it for the Chieftains. Pease goes up the right side onto the stick of Kevin McDevitt. McDevitt able to get it in deep past Duncan Leggett, the Marblehead defenseman, and a good forecheck down low by number 7, Andrew Anzalone. They get it back to the point. Long shot in by Bennett, goes wide. On it behind the net is McDevitt. McDevitt still has it. McDevitt looks, tries to center, intercepted by, I think that was McDonald back deep in his own zone. Whistle goes off. I believe it's an icing call there, Matt.
Great back and forth hockey. I mean, the first, I'd say 3 minutes of this game, Paul, it was all Marblehead, all down Masconomet, and play really opened up when you had the long pass there. Now Masco comes back with a few shots, Marblehead back with a few shots. Great back and forth hockey.
Face off in the Masco end. They'll try to skate it out. That's number 15 rather, Jake Giacchino, who sees a lot of ice time. Good forecheck here by Masco. Joe Mazzacchia. Marblehead tries the left wing breakout. This is 15, Andrew McGurran. Good forecheck by Masco right here. And Marblehead gets it back to Christian Henniger. Henniger able to get it out of the zone, but Masco will start right back. Turnover at center ice onto the stick of 19, Nate Witherall. Third line out here for Marblehead. And now getting it into the zone is Mike Castro for Masco. They're going to come to the bench and change. Battle in the Marblehead end. They're able to skate it out into center ice. That's 24, Gianesco. They'll get it in deep and they'll change. Quick changes by both teams here, and that's the way to go early on.
Absolutely, especially in a tournament game, this atmosphere, Division II.
Puck is sent deep into the Marblehead zone. Play will continue. No icing there as P.J. Roy trying to pick it up for Marblehead. He knocks it off the boards. They try to come up the right side. Roy, strong on the puck, goes left side up onto the stick of Jim McCarthy, and then off the stick of McCarthy, he gathers it back and dumps it deep right wing corner, where Masco picks it up, and they've got some skating room out. Up to center, Brandon LaFata redirects right onto the stick of Brian Cohn for Marblehead. And now back and forth they go at center ice. Bennett sends it deep to the left wing. Icing indicated but waved off. It's spun around to Roy, and he'll start up the left side, looking wide for 26, Colin Daly, but off a Masco stick and back onto the stick of Bennett for Masco. Here's a steal by McCarthy. McCarthy, long shot in.
Good shot.
Stopped by Knowles in the midsection, but that's a good play at that point in time. You've been out there a while. You want to make a change, get a shot on net.
Yep, absolutely. And the goalie for Masconomet, Knowles, did a great job of trapping that puck that time. But so far, halfway through the period, Paul, I like what I see from both teams. Both teams obviously want to be competitive, and Marblehead showing that they can control the puck, especially in the Masconomet zone. We almost had one.
Big line out there for Marblehead. It was thrown towards the net, and McDonald had a chance down low, but good job by Masco to cover up. Now it comes back to Ridge Driscoll, who gets to the red line and dumps it in deep. Haley now in the corner fighting with Giacchino for Masco. Kalinowski, the lone forechecker down there for Marblehead, and Masco able to break it out. This is Giacchino, Jake Giacchino, the senior defenseman, who, as I said, sees a lot of ice time, and I can't remember when he's been off the ice. Here's Marblehead with a break. McDonald, nice move through center ice, 3-on-2. McDonald, hesitation move, goes in and takes a backhander right on Knowles, a save, and the net comes off.
Nice tough play that time by number 4 for Masconomet there. Cody Hesse. Coming in there with a lot of speed, gets tripped up, and actually I'm glad he's all right because he went head first right into Knowles. And those pads are, I'm telling you, Knowles, I don't know what he's listed as, but I can bet my life that he's a lot bigger than you and I.
Big kid in net, and that's an asset, of course. Puck carries around the far side. It looks like Joe Mazzacchia. Mazzacchia trying to go wing to wing to Vitaly Knowles. Vitaly Knowles out of Boxford. Wonder if he's the brother of Greg Knowles. We'll check on that. Trying to get you all the insight in the background.
The inside, all the North Shore. Paul, you just do it all.
McGurran can't get it in deep, and now Knowles dumps it in deep for Masco. Giving chase back there is Christian Henniger. Henniger forechecked on the play by Mazzaccia. And Marblehead able to skate it away. This is Gianesco. Gianesco over the line looking. He's 1-on-4, and he decides to dump and head to the bench. Smart play there, and the Picarello line will come out now with Daly on his right and McCarthy on his left. Roy gets it up to McCarthy off his skate, right onto the stick of an on-rushing 12, Anthony Mancini. Mancini got it in front. Good scoring chance there. They just couldn't find the handle.
Yeah, right on the back doorstep, too. Big hit right there at the blue line.
Huge hit by
love to see.
Mancini on McCarthy. Clean hit. And here comes Brendan Crowther. Crowther trying to center it in front. It's loose. Knowles with a backhander. A tricky one in close. And a save made there by Scribner. He hasn't had to make too many, but that was a tough one right there.
Yeah, and he almost, unfortunately for Masco, they had one right on the back door that time, Paul, but just couldn't bounce in puck. It's been bouncing all period, it seems like. But a big hit right there, got the crowd back into it. This is going to be a good game. I got a feeling.
5:53 to go. First period, no score. Masco centering pass off the faceoff in the Marblehead end. It comes up on the left wing to Haley. Haley poked off his stick by Crowther. Nice play there by the junior defenseman out of Boxford. Got to remember that Masco is comprised of kids from Topsfield, Middleton, and Boxford. So when we can, we'll identify their hometowns. Now Driscoll gets it in deep for Marblehead, and Masco will start the breakout on the right side. It comes to Driscoll at center ice from Marblehead, and he dumps it right back in. Kalinowski clears. Crowther on it behind the net. Will play it to his partner, Giacchino. Giacchino back to Crowther. Trying to find Joe Flack up the right side, but it comes all the way back to the Marblehead line, and Duncan Leggett handles it there. Now a long pass up intended for Castro, number 10, and I'm not sure why that wasn't icing.
I think they're trying to say that Castro actually got a tip of it. I don't think he did, but.
Nice play at center ice by 24, Gianesco. Gianesco is in, a long wrister, handled by the glove of Greg Knowles.
Good stop that time by Greg Knowles. Again, calms down the pace. We only have 4:46 remaining in the first period. A great first period at that. But who's going to score first?
First goal will mean a lot, momentum-wise.
Yeah, absolutely.
Face-off control by Marblehead. Shot by McGurran and a save by Knowles. Comes to the point. And a long shot through a screen. Rebound is on the goal line, and it's in! A score from Marblehead. It's going to come at 10:24 of the first period.
I believe that was number 24 for Marblehead. That's Danny. Help me with that last name.
I think it's Gianesco.
Gianesco. And I just basically said, who's going to get the first one? And then Gianesco puts it in. On a slow roller that barely crosses the goal line. Now Marblehead is up 1-0. The crowd from Marblehead, the student body getting into it with their chants.
Yeah, the big, the whiteout over across the way. And yeah. I think you're right, Matt. Gianesco should get it from the doorstep there. He hammered away. The long shot from the point came in off the stick of Christian Henniger. And I think McGurran may pick up an assist as well, at least an MHL assist. That's the way we saw it. Here's the announcement. Well, they gave one to 19 Witherell. I'm not sure he was on the ice, but here's Masco, a good chance in front right there.
Yeah,
number 12, Mancini.
Actually, that should have been right there on that play. That should have been interference, but.
Puck loose, good forecheck down there by number 9, Brandon LaFata for Masco. And they get it to center, and trying to dump it back in deep is Mazzaccia. Instead, it comes all the way up to Haley. Haley and Kalinowski on it. Haley cuts to his left. Haley with some room, a wrister, saved by Knowles. 3:22 to go in the first period. Marblehead on top, 1-0 here in the D2 North quarterfinals from the O'Brien rink. Steal by McDonald, can't handle it, and Giacchino will skate it back into his own defensive left wing corner. A battle there, and finally Knowles able to skate it out for Masco, but his pass across the ice to Mazzaccia goes backwards. Now Knowles will battle up this way with Ridge Driscoll. Knowles knocked down by Driscoll, and the Marblehead crowd loves that. Haley, the forward, circles back, gets through 2 Masco guys. He's got a head of steam. Haley down the left side, tough angle shot, goes wide.
Gets tripped up there at the end there, too.
Bounces all the
Haley
way.
with a nice move with a neutral
All the way out into center ice to Jones.
He's calling for the puck again.
McDonald over to Haley. Haley loves to have the puck on his stick, and now he'll come to the bench here with 2:25 to go. First period of play. Good check there by Gianesco, who has the only goal of the game. Now here's a one-on-one by McDevitt. McDevitt's shot goes wide as McDevitt, high stick. He hits Marblehead's Ryan Jones right in the head, and he's going to sit for that one.
That is not a penalty that if you're Coach Jackson, you're going to have a talk with one of your leaders on the ice there, Kevin McDevitt, I believe. And Kevin is a senior. That's something you don't want to see, especially in a tournament game. You're already down 1-0. Why? You get a little frustrated, I understand that, but you still have a lot of hockey left to play. Why take a penalty with 2 minutes left to go in the first period? You gotta control your emotions. I'm sure Coach Jackson's going to have a little talk with him between periods.
You know, and this is also the battle of the Jacksons. It's Coach Jackson against Coach Jackson.
Oh, that's well. I only played with one of them.
They call it a high stick on McDevitt. Marblehead, a good power play. Here's Gianesco. His shot is deflected over the net by Garrett Lafada, who got a stick on it. Haley now able to get by Brandon Lafada. Back to Gianesco to Haley. Haley's got options. He gets it to McDonald in the corner. That's Roy, the defenseman, down deep. Behind the net to Kalinowski. Roy back for Kalinowski. Misses Kalinowski, and hustling over is Gianesco, but he can't keep it in. He'll come cross point to McDonald. Halfway through the penalty, pass in off Kalinowski's stick. He'll head to the corner and try to take it away from Nick Pease, but Pease able to swing it around the boards and out all the way down where it's played by Mark Scribner. 27 seconds left on Marblehead's man advantage. Long pass up by Kalinowski. Now picked up by Haley. Haley on the go, gets in deep around the net, tries to stuff, but he's about 8 or 10 inches short on that one, hitting the side of the cage. McDonald, left point. McDonald looks. McDonald to Kalinowski. Back to McDonald. 7 seconds on the man advantage. Shot by McDonald, blocked easily by Castro, standing right in front of him.
Didn't seem to bother Castro none bit.
And now Gianesco, I don't think he knew that Vitaly Knowles was hard charging behind him. Penalty to Masco over. About half a minute to go in period number 1. Puck squirts loose, and Scribner smartly covers up. You know, Matt, we talk about it a lot. The 30 seconds right after a penalty, when a penalty is killed and play goes on, the 30 seconds right after it is a very vulnerable time for both teams, because oftentimes you've got guys that have been out there the whole time. You got a guy coming out of the box sometimes for a breakaway, and you know and the other, if you're defensive minded, you've killed a penalty. You know, subconsciously your mind relaxes a little bit, and a lot of times teams score right in the first 10 or 15 seconds after the penalty's over. Chance here for Masco on the redirect. It's loose in front to go!
Paul, I got to ask you, did you see this game last night? Because you basically just, word for word, just said, what just happened? Teams' minds relaxed a little bit. Marblehead couldn't get anything going on the power play. Masco kills it off. Masco gets a face-off in Marblehead.
That's why they pay me the big bucks.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly.
Be interesting to see how that one is scored. I mean, we'd have to see a replay 3 or 4 times to get that goal scorer. But it looked like it might have been number 3, Garrett Lafada, right in front, but not sure on that one.
And especially with 30 seconds left going in the period, if you're Coach Jackson, you couldn't be happier right now. You don't want to go in there 1-0.
Conversely, if you're Coach Jackson, you couldn't be more upset.
Right, exactly.
Bob Jackson, the coach of Marblehead, and Andrew Jackson, the coach of Masco. Each guy's alums of their respective schools and good hockey players. Where you played with Andrew Jackson, I've skated with Bob Jackson once or twice during the game and after hours. So
I can.
Believe me.
I can vouch
Coach,
for both Jacksons. I'm sure I skated with Coach Jackson, and we definitely did some off-ice activities after our big victory in men's league.
Coach We will take a break after one. It is 1-1. Marblehead and Masconomet. We'll quickly review part of the scoring because we haven't gotten the announcement from on the Masco goal. But the Marblehead goal was Gianesco with assists from our standpoint going to Christian Henniger and we believe Andrew McGovern. They announced it differently, but we'll give you our version and then how it was announced. But right now we're going to take a little break from Woburn and get organized. Along with Matt O'Brien, I'm Paul McNamara, and Art Egerton doing all the heavy lifting and the great work today to get us online for MyHockeyLive at MyHockeyLive.com. And we'll talk about our sponsors when we come back as well. Coming to you from Woburn after one, it's Marblehead 1, Masconomet 1. We'll be back with second period after this. And that's where we stand going into period number 2, 1-1. The teams switch ends, and I'm sure there was some interesting conversation from both coaches in between the first two periods there, Matt.
Yeah, I'm sure definitely. I know Coach Jackson on Masconomet's side was definitely talking to one of his stud seniors there, Kevin McDevitt, about that penalty. Although it didn't hurt Masco, it could have, and that could have been very, very bad.
So play underway, first minute of play. Here's Kalinowski. He did not have the puck much in the first period, and he's an exciting player to watch. Now Haley with a wrist shot from the side of the circle is gobbled up there by Knowles, and the whistle will come to the right of Knowles in net for Masconomet.
Yeah, first period we had scoring on Masconomet's side. We had Garrett LaFata tying it up at 1-1, and then Marblehead, which scored first, was Danny. You got to pronounce his last name. Gianesco.
Duncan Leggett now back to get it for Marblehead, and good forecheck here by Masco. Masco definitely playing up tempo. Here's LaFata, who had the goal, number 3. Poked out to center ice and knocked back in. Actually goes as a shot on net off the stick of Nick Pease from right below us. Saved down there by Scribner. We haven't had to say Mark Scribner's name too often either, Matt. He's been a quiet guy in the Marblehead net.
Yeah, senior from Marblehead, but you know he's done it's very difficult for a goalie. Believe me, my brother was a goalie his whole life, especially if you don't get too many shots, you can get a little lonely down there at the other end of the ice.
You see Charlie Sweeney, number 7, taking a shift from Marblehead, his first of the afternoon. So Coach Bob Jackson lengthening the bench a bit. And now swinging it back into the zone is 26, Colin Daly, but he can't get it in deep. And now it's sent in deep by Owen Piccarello from Marblehead, but Masco able to break it out fairly easily. This is LaFata swinging through center ice. Garrett LaFata a long wrister, gloved by Scribner there. Garrett LaFata, number 3, owns the Masco goal.
Garrett LaFata, he was looking for his second one that time. Mark Scribner saw it the whole way, just taking it right, and letting the puck come to him. A great play. Paul and I are actually physically walking towards the other end of this press box here. Spacious press box.
And it is.
At O'Brien Rink. No relation again.
Face off to the left of Scribner in the Marblehead end. Picked up by Ryan Jones, they break it out. It's a 2-on-1 for Marblehead. McDonald can't get it over to Haley, but McDonald recovers it in the corner, flips it back to the point. Long shot in, never makes it all the way through. That was Ryan Jones teeing it up for Marblehead, and now Kalinowski behind the net for Marblehead. Kalinowski tries to send it back to the point, but he actually splits his own D with that pass. Christian Henniger will skate back and pick it up for Marblehead as Masco changes. Marblehead on the breakout. Kalinowski redirects, but it goes right onto the stick of the Masco defenseman, and that is Mike Castro. Castro's flip in will go as an icing.
You know, Paul, I don't know what the shots were for Marblehead or and Masco, but I mean, I would have to definitely in the single digits for both teams, I would say. A lot of the play is neutral ice, back and forth, get it cycling in the corners, not a lot of shots. If I'm the coach of both teams, I'm saying throw it at the net like LaFata did just a couple of minutes ago. Just put it on the net.
Yeah. There's the 4 words in hockey that oftentimes mean the most are pucks to the net.
Pucks to the net.
I'm not going to be prophetic on that one.
No, absolutely not. You put the, as one of the coaches, the old coaches at St. John's Prep, one of the JV coaches, DJ Harrington would say, you put pucks on the net, good things will happen.
DJ, a great coach. He's got a nephew, playing for Zavarian in the tournament. Young Fitzgibbons, who's I'm
going to have to call him out then.
Marblehead works it back to the point. Long shot in by Brian Cohn, goes well wide. He was given that pass by Witherall. So they announced the Marblehead goal with assist to Witherall and Jones. We saw it differently, but we'll, with all due respect, we'll tell you that it was announced. Gianesco from Jones and Witherall. We thought it was from Henniger and at least Henniger one assist. Tough call when the action goes so quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially, we're sitting up here and the speakers are towards the stands. We can't even hear the announcer. So,
Colin Daly sent in a bouncer. He was covering the point, just sent it in, kind of a weak bouncer, and Knowles decided to glove it and hold on and act the face-off to his left. McDonald will take the draw against LaFata. McDonald for Marblehead and Brandon LaFata, the sophomore center iceman for Masco. Marblehead with it. Long shot in from the point by P.J. Roy. Rebound, Kalinowski looks back to Roy one more time. Roy delays. Good heads up. Blocked by the pads in front. Rebound goes right on the stick of Haley. Good block in front by number 20, Connor Whiffen. That may be Whiffen's first shift out there today. The senior defenseman. Here's a shot pass right in front. Nice setup there for Anthony Mancini. His shot went wide. Good job in the corner by LaFata. The LaFata brothers out there on this line with Mancini. And now a long bouncing pass up to Haley, who was able to get it in deep. Kalinowski chasing it down from Marblehead. Can't take it away, but down there from Jake Giacchino. Giacchino leaves it back for his defense partner, Connor Whiffen. Whiffen tries the left wing for LaFata, can't control, and now Brandon LaFata picks it up. That was Garrett LaFata who couldn't find the handle, and Brandon LaFata ices it, but they're looking for a change anyway. Yeah,
if I'm Masco coach, I need a break right now. If I'm Coach Jackson, I'm saying I need a break.
Jackson is going to say that's a good icing.
Yeah. You need a break. Marblehead's picking up the tempo. The physical play has definitely picked up the last 2 minutes.
Garrett Stevens from Masco on the draw against Gianesco. Marblehead controls. Comes around near side. And walking all the way down is Christian Henniger on the pinch. That's a major pinch. Puck comes from McGurran, but stolen by the Masco defense. Nice play by Nick Pease. They get it to the line, and finally out McGurran comes over from his left wing position and backhands it in deep where Pease will pick it up for Masco and swing it around to Bennett. Bennett knocks it off the boards. This one's going to be another icing on Masco. That's at least 3 this period.
Marblehead definitely keeping the pressure on here. Good. These last 2 minutes, Marblehead's feeling. They can sense it.
Second period of play, 9:31 to go in a 1-1 hockey game.
Yeah. Marblehead doing a great job as far as keeping the pressure on. Masconomet getting a little tired. That's their second icing. Now you got McDonald, one of their captains, taking the face-off from Marblehead.
Yeah, the big line is going to get more ice time for Marblehead, I think. They try to break away through the middle there.
Now Castro coming in.
That was Mike Castro they tried to send away. Sorry, lost the sheet for a moment. Here's Kalinowski the other way. Kalinowski trying to get around the defense. Slip in front to Haley, and a save there by Knowles. Good setup. Great play by Kalinowski. He's got it again. He goes top corner and misses. Kalinowski looks like he's a lot more energized this period than the first period. McDonald, the turnaround slapper from the blue line, and a save by Knowles. Knowles is earning the shower right now. He's a busy man.
Yeah, Greg Knowles coming into this game, senior, or excuse me, yes, a junior with a 2.08 goals against average, doing a great job so far. And I've said it, you put the puck on the net, and that's exactly what Marblehead is doing. The turnaround shot, now the faceoff's down, and Masco's in. Put it on the net.
Masco able to get it out. That's Anthony Mancini who gets it out over the line. Back to get it from Marblehead is Brian Cohn. He'll go over to P.J. Roy. Roy takes a hit from LaFada, but not before he gets the pass off and up the wing to Daly. Daly on the go. Daly 1-on-2. Daly cuts to his right, loses the puck, poked off his stick by number 15, Jake Giacchino. Now circling the net is Picarello. Picarello back to Roy. Roy threw a screen off a stick of a Masco defenseman, or rather center in front, LaFada. They cycle it down low. This is McCarthy. McCarthy back to the point. Cone will send it down the boards, but can't connect with a teammate. Intercepted by LaFada, who tries to send Anthony Mancini away. Mancini centering pass for Garrett LaFada, and a good back check here by number 20, Jim McCarthy. McCarthy will go up to Roy, the defenseman, who will dump and look to the bench to see if he should change. Skating it out for Masco, 24, Brendan Crowther. Brendan Crowther gets it up off the stick of McDevitt, so icing is nullified, and now Cone tries to skate away from the forecheck of McDevitt. Nice job by Kevin McDevitt in the left wing corner. McDevitt comes out with a puck, centering pass. In front waiting for that is Anzalone, and the shot goes just wide. Good chance there for Masco. Good early shift for this line for Masco out here, showing some energy. And now it's skated away by Gianesco. Gianesco down the left wing, still has it. Sends it in front. He goes sprawling as Anzalone left his feet and headed to the backboards. It looked like a gymnastic meet for the minute.
Well, if it was in front of the net, he would look like more like Bobby Orr, but
McGovern was offsides there, but they let the play go. It's behind the net. McGovern and Gianesco get caught behind the net, and good play by Nick Pease to leverage his body and try to backhand it up the boards, but he can't get it out. Pease has it again. This time he'll go left side. Almost a shot at his teammate Anzalone, and icing will be called. And good call on that one, Matt. He did look like Bobby Orr flying over there. That was number 24, Danny Gianesco.
Definitely incidental on both players. Gianesco's just trying to avoid crashing into him, and he just jumps right over. But back and forth, a great couple of minutes. He had McDevitt 13 earning his stripes back.
McDonald wins the draw to Kalinowski. His shot goes wide. Hustling over is Jones from Marblehead. He'll dump it in deep behind the net. Trying to play it for Masco's Jake Giacchino. But it's McDonald coming up with it from Marblehead. Gets it back to the point. Shot, save, and Kalinowski on the rebound goes wide. Kalinowski tipped it. Knowles made the save. And Kalinowski get the rebound, shot it wide. Kalinowski with it again. Battling in the corner. Coming up for it with Masco's 24, Brendan Crowther. Crowther with a little bit of skating room. Able to get it up to Mancini. Mancini goes off the boards. It's a potential 2-on-1, but good hustle back there by Christian Henniger. Henniger gets it up ice to Ryan Jones, his defense partner, actually. And deep in the corner is Haley. Finds McDonald. Makes a move and takes a backhand, but goes wide.
Marblehead just keeping the pressure on that time. I think that shot got tipped like 4 times, and Knowles was able to still make the save. Great forecheck.
Rich Driscoll with a pond skate here, looking in the middle for Haley. Haley's been out there a long time, as has McDonald. McDonald on the puck now. He's got Driscoll open, but he'll try to cycle it down low to Daly. Colin Daly now can't find help in the middle, and it's stolen by Masco and skated away. LaFada with it here, Garrett LaFada. He's got his brother headed to the net. Gets back to Garrett Lafata. Tough angle, but a save by Scribner. Comes back to the point. Shot through a screen. It's redirected. Hits the post. Lafata with a shot. Save. McDonald, who's been out there a long time now, a turn and a fire by Lafata. The puck is loose.
Got to cover it up.
Covers up with right on the doorstep Anthony Mancini. A flurry by Masco.
Wow, what a turn of events that was. I mean, you had the defenseman number 11 for Masco, Tommy Bennett. Just a wrist shot deflects right off the post. It hits a glove, and they get the rebound. I mean, Scribner, we haven't said his name, mostly all game, but good for him for staying in the game, staying focused, and getting ready for action like this.
Garrett Stevens gets it back to Anzalone. Shot blocked. Anzalone follows. Anzalone overskates it. It goes behind the net. And Anzalone runs into Scribner. And they're going to just call a face-off outside the zone here.
Yeah, that time Anzalone couldn't stop his own momentum. Bounces right into Scribner. The net comes off. That's why we got the stoppage of play.
On the draw will be Stevens and Piccarello. Piccarello backhands it off the boards, trying to find Daly. Instead, it comes back to the Marblehead line to P.J. Roy. Roy will go off the near side boards, but can't connect with anyone except number 11, Thomas Bennett or Masco. A rebound off the backboards. Anzalone trying to get in there and get a one-timer, but goes wide. Roy now calmly gets it up ice, and it goes off Daly's skates, but he's over the red line, no icing. Tracking back to get it is 21 Nick Pease for Masco. They can't clear it up the left wing boards, and Marblehead with a chance if they hurry. Good step in here by Cone. Brian Cone overskates it, and a break here for Masco. Skating away is number 13, Kevin McDevitt. Great hustle back by Roy, P.J. Roy, and now Roy runs McDevitt into the boards, and Roy's going to go. Hook is going to be called on P.J. Roy.
And I got to give a little kudos to Masconomet there, Kevin McDevitt, a senior, for keeping his cool. I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Jackson did talk to him between the first intermission. But Kevin McDevitt, comes down far side, loses the puck, absorbs a huge hit by Roy, and then an extra, hey, how's your father doing? And he was able to keep his cool this time. Now this is what you like to see. Masco's got the control. They're on the power play. Let's see what happens.
Braden Roy able to clear it down and kill off early penalty time, and now Masco can't control at center, and Ridge Driscoll able to send it down. Haley actually hustles down, and first one on the puck. Turns and fires it, goes off Lafata. Puck jumps to center. Duncan Leggett out there killing the penalty, the junior for Marblehead, or rather, the junior forward playing defense. And Driscoll able to bounce it off the boards, the sophomore. Gathered in by Lafata, that is Brandon Lafata. He'll get it up ice quickly to Anthony Mancini, but they can't control. Halfway through the penalty, 40 seconds now to go, and this is Garrett Lafata over to Brandon Lafata, or vice versa, Brandon to Garrett. No, it was Garrett to Brandon. Now Mancini, tough angle shot, held on to there by Scribner.
That's what Masco needs to do. They get a stoppage of play, get a little change of lines here, put the top line up for Masco. You got 28 seconds left on the power play. Masco really needs to get some time of possession here on this power play. Work it around. Get some shots on
the Lafata brothers stay out there, but they're joined on right wing right now by Mike Castro, the center from the other line. On defense will be 24 Crowther and 21 Pease. Up front trying to kill the penalty for Marblehead. It looks like Piccarello and Gianesco. Shot
this is what you want.
And right on the doorstep literally is Castro. I'm not sure why that's not outside with Castro leaning on Scribner.
He actually, he didn't lose his balance by himself. He was helped by his opponent, one of the defensemen.
It's actually Kalinowski and Piccarello up front, and Gianesco out there as a third forward. McDonald now comes out with Haley, and the lone defenseman by position is Brian Cone out there on the penalty kill. 16 seconds to go. Right back to the point. Pease shot and a score with a rebound by Castro!
And I wish, Paul, I'm sure Art's getting the photo right here, but Castro right on the back door. Gets the rebound off of Mark Scribner's left pad. And Mike Castro putting it home for Masconomet, and he went right over to his bench. I'm sure you folks are seeing it and celebrated. That was a good moment from Mike Castro. 2:48 remaining. And now Masconomet is now the powerhouse right now in the game.
You think Coach Bob Jackson is going to say stay out of the penalty box?
I think he's going to give his team
their team had most of the momentum. Masco had a real good shift, and right after the real good shift, they drew a penalty. Kalinowski now will circle and go up the middle. Long pass intercepted by Pease. Pease pass intercepted by Kalinowski. Kalinowski over the line. Shot to goal! Timmy Kalinowski ties it up!
Unbelievable. Tim Kalinowski, a senior from Marblehead. What have we been saying all game? Just put the puck on the net. He uses a screen. And I don't even think poor Greg Knowles, who's done such a great job, a big body in net, I don't even think he saw the puck. Just like that, exactly 29 seconds later.
29 seconds is all it took. Kalinowski intercepts it. It center ice, skates over the line, uses a screen, and sends a wrister, it looked like between the legs of Knowles, to tie it right back up at 2. Cone sends it in deep for Marblehead. We're approaching 2 minutes to go in period number 2. And twos are wild. Deuces are wild, as Kalinowski's uncle Mike Lynch would say. Intercepted by number 13, Kevin McDevitt. Masco now will send it in deep. That is Thomas Bennett, who's played a strong game on D for Masco. We've said his name a lot. Picarello can't control on the far side. Picking it up is Garrett Stevens from Masco. Stevens wants the puck, and Bennett can't get it in deep. A long pass up ice looking for Picarello, misses connection, and Marblehead guilty of icing.
Well, Tim Kalinowski was actually due for a goal. I mean, there was a couple of tips that he could have had, a rebound, and he just throws it at the cage. Not a hard shot.
Yeah, Kalinowski scores a lot of goals. He's going to score a lot more in his career, but I'm sure he'll go. That one was just kind of a happenstance, or just kind of a matter of fact. I'll throw it at the net, like you said, Matt.
Yep, I mean.
And great play there by Brandon LaFata to pick it out of the air and dump it in deep. Picarello goes back. Picarello playing defense now. And the pass out by Ridge Driscoll misses connection, and Garrett LaFata, able to pick it up and send it up for Mancini. Mancini misses connections to Brandon LaFata, and Marblehead will start the breakout McDonald. He's got Haley on his left. It's a 2-on-3 for the moment. Just about the last minute of play here. LaFata, Brandon can't clear, and now jumping up into the play is Giacchino, the defenseman. Giacchino will go deep here and forecheck on Roy. Giacchino able to take it away from Roy. Centering pass looking for LaFata. LaFata with a stick on it. Scribner trying to cover up, and he does, with 46.7 to go in period number 2.
Masco kind of turning up the heat here the last 2 minutes, especially after they go up 2-1. 29 seconds later, Marblehead ties it right back up 2-2. Masco got their top line out there, I believe, Castro, who got the second goal, is definitely out there.
On the face-off in the Marblehead end, the header's able to bring it out. This is McCarthy sending it in deep. Pease will go back to collect it for Masco and try to come up the left side. Picarello, good job to send it in deep, and now Vitaly Knowles hammers it around all the way around the dasher. And they leave it for Pease. Big Nick Pease will just send it up the boards onto the stick of Ridge Driscoll. Driscoll able to find Daly on the far side. Daly inside the circle. A quick shot.
Oh,
save
it
there.
Could be a call right there.
Yeah, Marblehead's going to get a penalty here. It's going to be Jim McCarthy here, and not a good penalty. You just got to stop before you hit the goalie.
That wasn't a momentum carrying in. That wasn't incidental. McCarthy, I don't know why, if the motion's gotten the best of him, but we have Greg Knowles down, slow to get up, and I'm hoping that he's all right. We don't see the trainer hopping out, and so he's got to be all right.
You know, I think he's fine. He's got a lot of equipment, and he's not embellishing. He was knocked down clearly, but nothing wrong with him taking an extra 30 seconds to give his top line some breathing time to get going on this power play. They're going to have 15 seconds of this period and then another minute 15 of period number 3 to work with if they do not convert right here.
Absolutely.
So,
you're the Marblehead coach. You are not pleased right now with 15 seconds remaining in the second period, giving your opponent an extra edge, and not only you get, minute and 15 start this third period.
McDonald able to win the draw to Roy. Roy up the boards, intercepted by Garrett Lafata. Lafata back to the point to number 10, Castro, playing a point position here. Castro gets it back from Lafata. Castro with an open guy this way. It's Pease. Pease through a screen. What a great play there by Danny Gianesco to play goalie about 8 feet in front of the actual net and just redirect it up. It looked like a street hockey save right up into the netting and cease any further bad developments from Marblehead at the moment. So, as you said, Matt, Masco will open the third period with a minute and 15 seconds of power play opportunity. But at the end of 2, we are tied at 2 here in this D2 North quarterfinal matchup. A beauty here in Woburn, the O'Brien rink. Along with Matt O'Brien, I'm Paul McNamara. And
no relation.
Egerton, doing a great job here. And we want to remind you folks that a couple of things. We want to thank our sponsors. We get some great sponsors here at MyHockeyLive, and we're always hoping to partner with more sponsors as we move forward through the tournament. But some of our tournament sponsors, one of them is Mohawk Rubber Sales. Mohawk Rubber Sales is the largest independent distributor of auto shop supplies in the USA and is headquartered right here in Massachusetts. Mohawk carries only the most reputable brands in the industry and can guarantee delivery to most U.S. locations in under 3 days. Most Mohawk products are available for purchase online, so be sure to check out the Mohawk store at mohawkrubber.com. Another one of our sponsors is, we thank Mohawk Rubber. And we also thank Jif Foods. New Jif To Go dippers combine creamy Jif peanut butter and crunchy pretzels for the perfect grab-and-go snack. So get some of those today at your favorite grocery store. Jif To Go dippers, and we thank Jif Food Products for their support of MyHockeyLive and high school hockey in Massachusetts. And we picked up a new sponsor this week, the Integrated Benefits Group. Tony Maffio of Stoneham. My live read on that is not in my briefcase today. We'll have to pick that up for you as the day goes along, and we'll have the Integrated Benefits Group information for you. They are in Stoneham. We'll have the phone number, and if you want to go online, it's thinkibg.com. Thinkibg.com, Integrated Benefits Group. They do a lot of great work with small businesses and families, and call Tony today. We'll have the phone number for you later, but you can find out all the information online at thinkibg.com, Integrated Benefits Group of Stoneham. And we thank those guys for their loyal support. We thank the folks at MyHockeyLive and all the great kids and parents and coaches across Massachusetts involved in the great game of high school hockey. It's tournament time, exciting time, and nowhere truer than today, Matt, right in front of us.
Yeah, that was a great period. Masconomet going up, making it 2-1. Castro getting it back on the back doorstep on the power play. And like we said, 29 seconds later, Tim Kalinowski, who scores a lot of goals for Marblehead, came up and made it 2-2. And that's what you had for this second period. Marblehead 2, Masco 2. In just about a couple of minutes, I'm going to have a writer from the Salem Evening News, Phil Stacy, join us. We're going to ask him some questions about hockey on the North Shore. So I'm Paul McNamara, Matt O'Brien. Marblehead versus Masco tied at 2 going into the third period at O'Brien Rink in Woburn, Massachusetts. Go to myhockeylive.com to get more information on both teams, and if you want to be entertained by Paul and I. We'll have Phil Stacy in just a couple of minutes. Are we going to have him now? We are. Well, Phil, thanks for joining us. And actually, my father's normally in the fall session. He'll bring Phil Stacy up, so this is kind of a treat for me to actually interview Phil. And thanks for joining us today in the booth.
It's nice to have the younger, smarter O'Brien to deal with.
Right.
I don't think I'm going to have to carry you through the interview.
And better looking, of course, of course. Now, Phil, you've covered high school hockey since I was in high school, actually. Not saying that of your age, but your experience. Your experience.
Yeah, long time, 25 years.
25 years. Now, what makes it special to be in hockey on the North Shore? As far as like you have two great teams, Marblehead, small town, Masco, made up of regional high school. What makes it so special?
Well, I mean, there's so many things. I feel like this is the best time of the year tournament-wise. I mean, great fan bases, there's passion, there's history. When you look at Marblehead, I mean, they go back to 1964 playing for the Division I state title at the Garden against Arlington.
Wow.
Masconomet for years and years and years, great success under the legendary Bob Driscoll. And the younger guys, Andrew Jackson now played for Coach Driscoll. He's carrying on that tradition. Bobby Jackson played for Bob Rowland at Masconomet. He's brought that program back up, the last 10 years or so to where it is now. They won the state title 4 years ago. So I just think it's a great time of year because people get into it. People love coming out to these games. Get great crowds, great student crowds. Especially with the winter we've had, I think people like to get out when they can.
Of course. And
at this level, I feel like the quarterfinals on, you really see great hockey, evenly matched teams. And this game's certainly showing that. I mean, 2-2, anybody's game right now. Both teams skating real well. It's been, I think, everything what we thought it would be coming in.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Now, from watching, writing on Marblehead and writing on Masco, we're tied at 2. What are your third period predictions? And you can't be biased because we're a North Shore guy.
Yeah, I know. We cover both teams. So I think that first line of Marblehead is just so dangerous.
Yeah.
And Masconomet's done a nice job holding them in check for the most part. But if you spring a Haley, you saw what Kalinowski can do. I mean, great play using the defenseman as a screen there. Really wasn't a hard shot from the top of the circle, but he threw it on net and good things happened. If I was to put money down, I would think that Marblehead may have the better of the chances. Now, having said that, Masconomet has a great first line of its own, and the Lafata brothers and Anthony Mancini. You saw the Castro line; they scored. Again, another offensively talented line. Him and Vitaly Knowles, the goalie's brother, and Joe Mazzacchia. Terrible with those Italian names. Sorry if I butchered that.
No, that's perfect. You're doing better than I would on those names.
And in games like this, sometimes it's the third liner or it's the fifth defenseman that just happens to throw the puck on net and it hits a stick or it gets a funny bounce or something like that. But if I'm a betting guy, I'm saying maybe Haley nets the winner for Marblehead.
Well, there you have it. It's going to be Haley for Marblehead, and it could be.
Sorry, Masco.
Could we could have a Peter Klima of the Oilers fourth liner come out and just throw it on net for the game winner.
Yeah, I mean, who's to say a kid like Brendan Crowther of Masconomet, defenseman, hasn't scored a goal all year, comes out and pots one. That shot that he's been working on all season finds its way through a sea of legs and over a stick, and who's to say?
It could go either way. It takes less than a second to score one.
Right, and I would say that I feel like of the two goaltenders, Masconomet's Greg Knowles has been busier. He's been forced to kind of move in his crease a little bit more side to side and whatnot, and he's made some bigger saves. Now, Mark Scribner's been fine from Marblehead, but Greg has certainly been busier and maybe is more, say ready for a big shot or big save at some point like that. But we have yet to see Mark really be tested. And I think that's a testament to how well Marblehead's playing in front of him.
Oh, yeah, I agree. Well, there you have it. Phil Stacy of the Salem Evening News. He's predicting Marblehead, and he's not biased on that, but it could go either way. We have 2-2 game. Phil, thank you very much for joining us.
Michael, appreciate it, pal.
That's all right. Matt O'Brien, Phil Stacy. We'll be back for third period action.
Get the hate email roll in now.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You got it anytime. Happy to do it.
Yeah, you're doing the next game too?
I'm staying for the next game.
We'll gather it for Masco. Come to his defense partner, Giacchino. Tries to get it up to LaFada. LaFada gives it to his brother, back to Giacchino, and now it hits a flag and the whistle will go. So you come here for the pennant. He got one. That was a 60-degree wedge, I believe.
Right. You really don't see that too often, but I don't know why the banners aren't alongside the walls. Of course, you don't want to cover that O'Brien in Times New Roman ink over there.
You wouldn't even put the Stanley Cup banner over that one.
Oh, God, no. Oh, boy.
Off the faceoff, Marblehead able to dump it in. Duncan Leggett sends it in deep. Back to get it for Masco is Connor Whiffen. Whiffen will try it up the middle for LaFada. He can't control, and it goes onto the stick of Ridge Driscoll. Nice fake there, unintentionally. Gets it up the wing for Witherall. Witherall can't redirect to an eligible receiver. And now LaFada tries to redirect it to his brother. Brandon trying to redirect it to Garrett. And Marblehead with a break here. This is Gianesco. Gianesco right in, shot. Good save by Knowles. Down low on the pads, and now taking a run is Mancini. Kind of missed connection right below us.
That time Ryan Jones took
Maybe
the
it's
shot.
a good thing.
Yeah, that time Ryan Jones took the shot, and
McGurran with a wrister up high, saved by Knowles. On the rebound, Gianesco. Gianesco shot blocked back there by number 20, Whiffen. Whiffen up the boards but not out. Jones, nothing to do between him and the net, so he dumps it down the boards. Goes all the way over to McGurran, the tall left wing, and covering up for McGurran right there is Witherall. Witherall's shot goes wide. This line's got to change from Marblehead. They're tired, even though they're in the offensive zone, and Whiffen knocks it to center off the pads of McGurran. Marblehead sends it the other way, icing indicated, but catching up to it is Bennett for Masco, nullifying the icing. Now, shot from the top of the slot by number 19, Witherall, but he didn't get all of that either. Witherall's got to change. 2/3 of his line is on the bench. Pease skates it out for Masco. Nick Pease dumps it deep right wing corner. And now Christian Henniger trying to find Kalinowski on the breakout. Kalinowski finally able to get it up to Haley. Haley, the pass intended for McDonald. Good poke check by number 11, Bennett. 3 Marblehead players here, and they lift it up, and there's a wedge from the other side. McDonald with a 60-degree wedge there.
And they both looked at us. They don't. I got to be honest, Paul. I had to lean back. I thought that was going to hit us.
Right,
I think so didn't Brian Cohn and McDonald.
Right into the stanchion. Faceoff comes right at center ice. Back to Pease for Masco, stepping up his Cohn. He leaves it for McDonald, who dumps it in deep. Knowles will leave it for Pease, trying to find Vitaly Knowles, but Kalinowski intercepts from Marblehead. Kalinowski all the way across the slot. Will send it towards the net. Redirected by McDonald, just wide as it trickles through the crease. And it's sent down ice, but Scribner has to play it there. Gives it to Driscoll. Driscoll up to Kalinowski, quickly to McDonald, to Haley. Haley turns and dumps it in, and Haley heads to the bench.
Some great momentum here by the headers now. First it was Masconomet, the first 5.5. Now it's the headers. Good
puck movement by Masco through center ice. They leave it for charging Joe Mazokia. Mazokia down low to LaFada. LaFada trying to find brother LaFada over the other side. And now they'll be joined by Mancini, their third wing out there. And they get it up to Giacchino, the defenseman, but intercepted by big Brian Cohn on the far side, who dumps it in for Marblehead. Clock running, 5:44 to go, third period of play in a tie hockey game. It's 2-2, Marblehead and Masco. 5:37 to go in the third period. Colin Daly through center, down the lane, backhand goes well wide. McCarthy on it for Marblehead in the corner, challenged by Crowther. Crowther knocks it off the boards, intercepted at the line by the Marblehead defenseman Leggett. Now Masco able to clear into the Marblehead end. Ridge Driscoll bounces it off the boards, intercepted by Brandon LaFada at center ice. Brandon LaFada leaves it to Giacchino. His pass intercepted by Daly. Daly has a man open. It's McCarthy, but he can't get it to him. He never had possession. Nice job by the Masco defenseman there, number 15, Jake Giacchino. And now it comes this side to Garrett LaFada, who dumps it deep, and Ridge Driscoll will chase for Marblehead. Driscoll goes around looking for his partner Leggett. Mancini able to close for Masco and send it in deep. They get it to the line, but not out. Pease intercepts for Masco. The shot goes wide, short side, and clearing it for Marblehead is Leggett, but Masco able to dump it right back in. Driscoll with a little bit of steam sends it way up the left side, and now loose at center and finally corralled by Danny Gianesco. Gianesco has the first Marblehead goal, Kalinowski the second. The Masco scorers are LaFada and Castro, Garrett LaFada and Mike Castro. That's where we stand, 2-2 here with 4:08 to go in the third period of play, and icing called on Masco. And you're kind of wondering in a tie game, Matt, if we might see a timeout used strategically by either one of these Jackson coaches.
I think we're not enough time remaining right now. I think maybe in the 2:30 and under we'll probably see a timeout, but it's got to be a timeout at either end. You're not going to Jackson for
maybe
Masco's not going to take a timeout in their own end. They're going to take a timeout when they get the
maybe if you get a power play opportunity, and certainly if either team scores, then the timeouts come into play more. Nice save there by Knowles through a screen. PJ Roy with a blistering bullet through a screen. Now Roy is held at center ice, and it allows Masco to come right in. Shot, what a save by Scribner. He didn't know he had it. What a rush by Garrett Stevens. What a save by Mark Scribner.
Mark Scribner. I told you we'd be saying his name at some point. Coming down, falls just right on the ice and just makes a kick save and a great move. I don't know who that was for Masconomet. He made a fantastic move.
Garrett Stevens, and really it was kind of a fortuitous bounce and play at center ice. PJ Roy.
Here's your timeout, Paul.
Timeout by Masco here with 3:42 to go. They definitely are playing a shorter bench, so it does make sense. But, sometimes you'd see that called as a penalty. Roy got held, but it was in the process of a guy going down, and the officials might not have seen. We had a clear view of it here. They could have called holding. I don't think it's going to be called in a 2-2 tournament game. But
3:42 left. You're not going to.
But that sprung Garrett with the puck to go one-on-one. He had the momentum. The Marblehead defender on the line was actually moving towards him, so it was an easy get-around for Stevens. And the Marblehead defender went back, and Stevens didn't have a lot to work with, but he made a tremendous power move going to the right, and Scribner stayed right with him, and Scribner kicked his pads back. It was a great technique, but he didn't know he made that save.
He didn't know. He had to look back a couple of times and make sure that puck was not across the goal line. And I think the crowd kind of helped him out when they started going nuts.
And it's about 50 feet from a couple of hundred Marblehead white shirts over there, and Scribner gets some great kudos. He can walk around school Monday and they go, wow, what a great save. That saved the game.
If it ends up in the Marblehead's favor, Mark Scribner is going to be the man on campus for that save.
Yeah, with 3:42 to go. Mark that one down. 3:42 to go, a big save. Marblehead, no surprise, the McDonald line out there.
Pass.
Haley able to get it to Kalinowski. Kalinowski 1-on-2. He'll take a wrist shot. He scored on one like that earlier. Haley will throw it out in front, and Knowles makes the save and then trips up McDonald going through his crease and kind of looks at him like, what are you doing in my backyard?
Yeah, McDonald that
front
time.
Yard, rather.
Yeah, front yard. Yeah, McDonald that time just kind of, he may have a little embellished that one trying to get a call,
and
but 3:29, you're not getting that call.
Interesting strategy here by Bob Jackson. He had the big line out there for just 13 seconds after a timeout by Masco. So shaking it up a little, trying to match lines a little bit. Masco with the big line out there, the LaFada brothers and Mancini. And this is, or rather, LaFada brothers with Castro now on their right wing. So they've bulked this line up a little bit, or strengthened it, and now Piccarello trying to get around Jake Giacchino. Nice play by Giacchino, 15 to ride off Piccarello, and they get it to LaFada. LaFada trying to get around Driscoll. Good job of back checking by Gianesco. Gianesco now will punch it up the left, but intercepted by Brandon LaFada. And this is a hybrid Marblehead line too. Piccarello and Gianesco out there together, along with Colin Daly. Puck comes up to Piccarello. Piccarello trying to do a power move around Pease. Poke checked off his stick by Pease. Nice job by Nick Pease, 21.
Great defensive play at that time. Great defensive play.
So I think we're down to 6 forwards for each team. Going to see action now. Here's McDonald to Kalinowski. Kalinowski, little flip pass to McDonald. Shot saved by Knowles right there. Might have gone off a Masco defender's stick. Haley dumps it deep. Kalinowski with position. Kalinowski loses it off his stick. Picking it up is Mancini. Mancini to an open wing near side. And Brian Cohn will go back and collect it for Marblehead. He goes over to Roy. Roy turn around off the backboards to Haley. Pokes it up to Kalinowski. Kalinowski looks. Wrist shot saved by Knowles. Pease tries to play it to himself, but McDonald gets there first. Kalinowski, left wing corner. Trying to circle around. Ridden off by Pease. Kalinowski still has it.
Calling for the puck there. Haley, 23, is pounding his stick.
Open man at the point was Roy. His shot blocked on the way in. Kalinowski with it again. Kalinowski playing possessed right now. Finds Haley. Haley turns. Haley trying to use leverage and get away from Knowles. And now LaFada pokes it by at the blue line. LaFada headed in. Nice move by Roy. Sends it in front. Shot. Score! Mancini with the go-ahead goal with 1.5 minutes to go.
Brandon LaFada, sophomore, comes down right on the near side boards. Makes one little toe drag right past the defender. A sweet, nice little pass. And Mancini, with 1:30 left, has his team up with 1 goal in the Division II.
Can I go to Vegas and bet that Marblehead's going to call a timeout?
I think you're going to see something here. I mean, get it down deep. Get Knowles to cover the puck, then take a timeout. But if you want to calm down momentum, you take a timeout right now. And I'm pretty sure Bob Jackson knows what he's doing. And that's exactly what
I win in Vegas. Right. Timeout Marblehead. Wow, it's all Marblehead for about a minute. They're controlling the big lines out there. A couple of good saves by Knowles. Not spectacular, just good, solid saves. And all of a sudden, Brandon LaFada makes an unbelievable hockey move. Pokes it by Cohn at the blue line. Cohn didn't make a bad play. It's just Brandon LaFada made a terrific play and got a hop. And Mancini saw it coming and took off. They had a 2-on-1. I'll tell you, Brandon LaFada made another tremendous play on Roy just inside the Marblehead line. So,
that was a phenomenal. I thought he was going to get held up right there, and I saw the puck go. Slid it right over, and Mancini put it right where you hide the cookies. Top shelf.
Boy, just a college shot, wrist shot there. Mancini with the goal at 13:30 of the third with an assist to Brandon LaFada, and we've got a 3-2 hockey game, and Mark Scribner, a Marblehead possession away from heading to the bench.
90 seconds left.
McDonald able to control for Marblehead. Haley tries to go forward, and he does. Scribner heads for the bench. Shot by Haley and a save by Knowles! Wow!
That's what you want if you're Marblehead, though. Win the face-off. Give it to one of your stud guys. Haley, Braden Haley, number 23. Get a shot on net. Minute 22. Goalie pull for Marblehead now.
McGurran comes on as the 6th guy. They've got McDonald and Haley and Kalinowski and McGurran up front. The defenders are Roy on the blue line and Gianesco, another forward out there. So 5 forwards for Marblehead, and the Masco center LaFada is waved out, and Castro will step in now to take the draw with McDonald. Castro able to win it in the corner to Giacchino. They battle. Marblehead's got to double the puck. Kalinowski now. And Marblehead needs another guy in there. McDonald and Kalinowski. Great job by Giacchino. Now, Marblehead comes out of there with it. Roy gets it to McGurran. The shot deflected by Crowther up into the screen. Whistle will go with 1:03 to go.
McGurran, he felt that one. He saw that puck. He had it right on his stick. A good deflection that time by Masconomet defender.
Castro and Knowles come off for Masco, and Mancini and LaFada go back there. Kalinowski throw screen, saved by Knowles. Good job on the draw by McDonald. Marblehead's got to get more guys on the puck right now. Roy has it. Roy walks. Roy to Kalinowski, looks towards the net. Redirected by a Masco skate. Haley behind the net. Haley looks. Haley tries to find McGurran. Intercepted by Masco. Kept in at the line by Gianesco. Gianesco can't get it through a Masco defender. Roy now to Kalinowski. McDonald up with it. We're down to 36 seconds to go. They throw it to the side of the net. LaFada around the boards, kept in by Gianesco. Gianesco to Haley, tees it up, partially deflected. 27 seconds to go. Haley with it on the boards. Haley, Gianesco now intercepts to McDonald behind. 21 seconds to go. Kalinowski in the corner. Kalinowski looks through a screen, redirected. It pops out of the zone with 14 seconds. Gianesco looks, 11 seconds. Gianesco into the zone, 8 seconds. Gianesco deep, ridden off by Giacchino, 4 seconds. They're trying to get it out front, through the screen by McGurran, shot by Haley, and a save, and the game is over. Masconomet hangs on to win it 3-2.
What a finish! What a finish! What a game! You definitely feel for the Marblehead High School hockey team. They gave it their all. They gave 110%. It was one of those games, Paul, where I didn't want to see a loser.
Unbelievable hockey game.
Marblehead. But my hat's off to Coach Andrew Jackson, one of my friends in the Men's Hockey League, finest hockey league in the summer. He did a phenomenal job, as did Bob Jackson on the
What
other
a
side of
terrific
the bench.
high school hockey game. It went back and forth. Each goaltender making tremendous saves. None better than the one Knowles made on Haley there with 1:22 to go. Masco had just gone ahead with a minute and a half. Haley had some open ice and teed it up and let it fly. It was labeled, and Knowles just shot the left catching hand up and put it in his pocket to keep the game in the favor of Masco at that time, and he stood tall in the flurry. Marblehead did exactly what it was supposed to do, got the extra skater on the puck, never left the zone until 15 seconds left. Tremendous high school hockey game, and we hope you enjoyed watching this one. And we've only got 3 more to go today and many more throughout the week, but the D2 North contest we just saw was a remarkable high school hockey game, and Masconomet will move on now to the D2 North semifinals at a time and location to be determined. To be determined, as a lot of things are in the postseason.
Well, I got to tell the folks that are listening, don't go anywhere soon, because we have Peabody High School versus North Reading High School. But if this game coming up is anything like the last one, you're in for a treat. Andrew Jackson now just congratulating by the referees as he's moved on to the semifinals, Division II North.
Jackson beats Jackson, and Masco edges Marblehead 3-2 in a whale of a game here. And we could recap it for you, but all we got to tell you is that Mancini scored the winner with a minute and a half to go, and it was a great play by Brandon LaFada to set things up, and that was all the scoring in the third period, and that was what Masco needed to go ahead and take the win. We're going to take a break here, but we want to remind you that we've got some terrific sponsors here at MyHockeyLive, and there's still room for you to join us for the if you watch that and you don't want to be part of this and get on board with a small partnership to work for your business, I'd like to question you personally. But anyway, we do thank folks like Mohawk Rubber Sales. Mohawk Rubber Sales is the largest independent distributor of auto shop supplies in the USA and is headquartered right here in Massachusetts. Mohawk carries only the most reputable brands in the industry and can guarantee delivery to most U.S. locations in under 3 days. Most Mohawk products are available for purchase online, so be sure to check out the Mohawk store at mohawkrubber.com. And we thank Mohawk Rubber Sales. We also thank Jif Food Products. Everybody knows Jif Peanut Butter, but the new Jif To Go Dippers combine creamy Jif Peanut Butter and crunchy pretzels for the perfect grab-and-go snack, and we could go for some of those right now, Matt O'Brien.
Oh, I'm starving.
Jif To Go Dippers. We got to get some...
You're making my mouth water. Get me a napkin, please.
We got to get some swag from Jif for the future calls of MyHockeyLive. And also, thanks to Jif for being on board. We also want to thank Integrated Benefits Group, our latest to join the roster of MyHockeyLive partners. Integrated Benefits Group is a boutique firm specializing in employee benefit and human capital management. To get your no-cost benefit audit, please call Tony Maffio at 781-953-2000. That is Integrated Benefits Group in Stoneham. You can go online to thinkibg, MyHockeyLive.com. Thanks to Tony for his support of MyHockeyLive. And that's going to do it for the game number 1. We're here for another D2 North game and then a couple of D1 North games later on in the evening. And Matt O'Brien will be giving you all the play-by-play of the next one, North Reading facing off against Peabody. And we'll be back for that one in probably about 15-20 minutes, folks. You can keep an eye on Art Egerton. We'll have the camera on the ice, and you'll probably see warm-up start without our call. And we'll join a few minutes before face-off to set that one up for you. But for now, we'll take a break and just give you the final score of the first one. Is Masconomet 3, Marblehead 2 in a thriller. Masco moves forward, and the number 4 seed Marblehead is knocked out here today. For Matt O'Brien and Art Egerton and Mark Igo and everybody at MyHockeyLive, I'm Paul McNamara. We'll be back with you in 15 or 20 minutes, folks.